Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I'm Rohit Paradkar. This is the new Hero Karizma XMR. This is the all-new Karizma, the fourth generation model that has been launched today in the Indian market with prices starting at an introductory 1.72 lakh rupees going up to 1.82 lakh rupees when the motorcycle hits the market a little later. So let's begin with the front end of the motorcycle to take a look at the design. Now this has got the intelligent LED headlights, the best in class is what Hero likes to call them. So you can see the two projector beam lamps right there for the high beam and the low beam, and it's got that X shape DRL because X seems to be a very important alphabet for Hero now. XMR, X440, etc, etc, right? So we also hope this engine makes it to the X Pulse very soon because this engine is something very important. I'm going to come to that in a bit, but let's continue with the styling of the front end. You can also see the visor continues to have that dark smoke finish like the original Karizma, but this one is adjustable for its height. How cool is that? You also get these nice stick out wing mirrors which are not directly mounted on the fairing. You can see a very chunky bracket for it, but adjustable of course, so you can adjust it, and it's also got a very nice shape. So yeah, adjustable mirrors, of course, very easy to adjust with the hand, not too difficult, doesn't really need too many tools, you can see that, but it's a nice chunky design. Now in terms of the overall bodywork, you get that proper full faired look, and the fairing looks a lot more it looks a lot more leaner than before. We've seen full fairing Karizmas in the past, but this one just looks a lot better. It also nicely hides the bulge of the emissions equipment right there under that belly pan. So that's a very good design. I think it's a very cleanly executed design. You can also see the yellow color and the red color. These are the other two color options that are going to be available, and I think the yellow looks best. Which one is your favorite? Put it down in the comments and let me know. Now you also get a petal disc up front, which is a 300mm petal disc, which again adds to the sporty design of the motorcycle. You can see that right there. And you're going to get dual channel ABS on this motorcycle. Now in terms of the tire sizes, what you're getting in the front is 180, what you get at the rear is a nice and fat 140, a broad tire at that, so quite nice. Again, these are the MRF Zapper S. The original Karizma also came up with the MRF Zappers, right? You remember that? But these of course are 17 inches going with the modern times. Also going with the modern times is that stubby little exhaust. The original Karizma had that massive exhaust, so that's made way, that's gone, and what you get is the smaller exhaust. Now in terms of the tail design, you get a split seat arrangement, you get a very lovely looking grab rail, and you get a lovely looking tail light. I really like the design of that tail light. And then you see the 210 badging because this is now a 210cc. The 225, 223, all that is gone. What you get is 210 cc's, but best in class power at 25.5 PS and around 20 Newton meters of torque, a little more than 20 Newton meters of torque. So all that is right there. In terms of the suspension hardware, you get a preload adjustable monoshock at the rear, but at the front you still continue to get conventional forks. I think for this motorcycle that looks so premium, they should have moved to USDs. Even the Pulsar 200 NS is giving you USDs now. That is of course one of the primary rivals for this motorcycle. Sporty 200cc bikes are what this engine takes on. So this is a 210cc, it's gone down on displacement, but this is a 4-wall DOHC motor and it is liquid cooled. Now if we move to the instrumentation, you get this nice LCD screen there, like I said, liquid cooled, so you get the temperature readout right here, you get the fuel readout, you get the tachometer, the speedometer, and then the telltale lights on the side. I think it's a very easy to read design. That's what my first impression is. We are going to review this motorcycle. That review will be out on Overdrive very soon, so stay tuned for that as well. You also get a USB port on the clip-on handlebars. So what you get here are nice chunky looking clip-on handlebars. They've been obviously saving weight here and there because this is now a heavier motorcycle. I'm going to come to that in a bit, but before that let me show you the laser cut key. This is what the key looks like. The key fob also looks quite funky, very different than what we've seen on other Hero vehicles. The switch gear, nice and tactile feel to it, and then they've also added these traction dots. You can see them right here. So this is what the switch gear looks like. Like I said, nice and tactile feel to it, and the grips, they look familiar. Reminds me of the original Karizma again. I think that had a similar design, if I'm not wrong. These are the bar and weights. So yeah, so the visor, why does it say visor here? Is this electronically controlled? I wonder, I doubt it. I don't think this is going to be electronically controlled, but yeah, it says visor here. So I wonder, maybe you need to open this and then adjust the visor. I'm going to come to that in a bit. I'm going to verify that on how the visor is to be I think our friend here knows. Do you know how the visor is adjusted? No, right? Yeah, I think that needs to be opened. I don't know if that is a switch. Anyway, let's not waste more time there. But yeah, the visor is adjustable for its height. I don't know how many steps or what is the level of adjustment. We are going to verify that in the review. But yeah, this is the look of the motorcycle. I have already given you the tech specs for the motorcycle, but for you to take a look at the tech specs again, here you can quickly glance at it. Like I said, 210cc engine, lower on displacement now, but it's liquid cooled DOHC 4-valve. Best in class power and torque at 25.5 PS and 20.4 Newton meters. Fuel injection, of course, and that tank is 11 liters in capacity. Now the Karizma is known to be a very good sport tourer. Will this be a good sport tourer? We are going to find out, but will 11 liters capacity be enough? That I don't know yet, but we'll talk about that in our review. Like I said, now this has become a heavier motorcycle. The previous Karizmas have all been in that 150 to 157 kilo mark. This one, however, tips the scale at 163.5 kilos. So it has become heavier. Probably that is the reason why they did not use upside down forks with this motorcycle. But let me know what you think about the overall design of this bike. These are the three color options for you again. The yellow and the red, they get a gloss finish. This gunmetal color gets a matte finish. I think it looks quite good, but the yellow one looks a little better. And one more thing that I want to draw your attention to, that little panel that you see right under the seat, it's not visible so much on this motorcycle, but in that you can see a contrasting grey color to it compared to the rest of the motorcycle. That again is an ode to the original Karizma. That had a panel that mimicked the look of a diamond frame, and that sat right under the colored body panel under the seat, and this one is an ode to that. Now in terms of the seat height, it's 810 millimeters, which means it's again in that same older original Karizma zone. But like I said, it's a split seat. It's going to be quite a bit of a push for the pillion rider, but we are going to verify that too with our review. I hope it is great on seating comfort, because that is what the original Karizma was. That's something that we are going to verify again. But on the specs of it, this motorcycle looks good. It's the leanest, sleekest Karizma ever. I quite like it. I like the yellow color. Do let me know, what do you think about this bike? What do you think about the specs? All your feedback is welcome. And I'm intrigued to find out what do you think about this bike and what questions you have about it, because we are going to be riding it in the next half an hour or so, and then we are going to try and answer all your queries in our review. So start putting them in the comments right away. Until that review comes out, take care and ride safe.